Yo, yo. That's the intro I'm going with, by the way.
Okay.
I am here with
Sold.
the sweet prince, Benjamin Harland. We're going over the original concept video for Gaiden, where I went through all of my gears, my previous wrestling gears, my current wrestling gears, and sort of went through like the inspo and what they mean to me and all that sort of, bleep that. But I would really like to go through that with you and see your stuff. So if we want to get started.
Absolutely. I've been able to keep everything I've ever worn when I've wrestled, which is, I feel like, quite rare. A lot of people sell their gear and stuff now.
Make that moolah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, go for it. More power to you.
No one wants to buy mine, so that's why I've still got mine.
Yeah, no, to be fair, mine neither. But it's you can kind of see where I start to establish who I am a bit more in these. And if you're familiar with Gaiden and their channel, I design wrestling gear as well. I've mentioned it previously and got a lot of hate about Shun Skywalker on TikTok, so thank you. But start off with, and actually I saw the video with you in it where you say streetwear isn't wrestling gear. I guess this isn't streetwear, but I was too poor to afford any tights when I debuted.
I can forgive that.
These lovely numbers. These are the same ones as well. I debuted 9 years ago. I feel old.
I can appreciate that they've got like character to them.
These still occasionally make an appearance in like a hardcore match or if I'm managing. I did wrestle wearing a shirt, so the one I wore was this. Because I didn't just want like a cut off like black t-shirt. A sponsored new look. We'll get that out, don't want to.
I appreciate that, like early on, again, you said like obviously money played into a factor not being able to get proper gear and stuff, but you've made very conscious decisions and
there was still intention.
There was
sure.
You've curated a look.
Yes, yeah, and you can kind of start to see that develop into what I wear now. Next, I did get my very first pair of tights. They're not the prettiest or most elaborate in the world, but again, still don't have too much money here. Like different colours and patterns and things do cost more, as you know. Went with the trusty indie wrestler black and red. Nice. Everybody does it at some point.
My first gear was red and black.
Yeah, the Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels trunks, right? So, yeah, there is absolutely no way at all these still fit me. These belt loops would pop off very quickly. And I do still have the belt for it as well. With these tights and the next ones I'm about to show, they had a corresponding shirt.
Oh, damn.
Look at that.
We get a matching shirt as well.
Look at that, matching shirt. Still going with the little flannel guy. Here we got a little patch on this one.
What's the patch?
Torched Artist Club. Don't know what it means. Thought it looked cool.
I like it.
Thought it looked cool. I look like a wrestler now, at least presentation-wise.
Was there sort of like a direction you felt like you was going in as a wrestler at this point? Like with the shirt and the tights, was there who was it like modelled off?
I always knew I wanted tights specifically because of Edge.
Nice.
Edge was like my favourite wrestler growing up, and then the other wrestlers I kind of, cottoned on to, like your Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho and stuff, were wearing tights in that vein.
I was just thinking, if any wrestler that I think is one of your favourites, they're all tights guys.
They're all tights guys, yes. Yeah, absolutely. As we go a bit further now, they get increasingly more like elaborate, and there's a lot more going on these.
Got a bit of blue this time.
Yeah, a bit of blue this time. Semi-typical indie wrestler colour, I guess. Maybe not this light.
No, it's quite different, but like...
Yeah.
I think it's very common to have like the black grey with a colour accent is quite it's a safe, a nice look.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Again, these definitely don't fit me anymore, but the belt is sewn onto these ones. You kind of start to see a little bit now with like the masks.
Yeah.
And stuff where we're going to end up with these. I remember being particularly happy with the back there.
Yeah, the logo's nice.
I'm a staunch hater of really tiny back logo.
Yeah.
Hate.
You want the back row to be able to see
Bad.
it.
Yes, exactly.
It's always a thing of like, early on you get told to put your name or your nickname on your gear, because if they don't know who you are, they can read it, and if they forget your name, they go, "Oh, Sweet Prince was good."
Absolutely, and that has happened to me before.
So nowadays I get like leading man or tassels. How did you come up with the name like Sweet Prince? Because that's already been a common theme so far.
You'd think this would have a really like moody motivational story behind it. It doesn't. I was on a wrestling forum called sweetprince.net, and they're the first people that I shared that I was starting to train to wrestle with. I still keep in contact with a few of them now. If you happen to be watching, hello.
The sweet princes out there?
Yes. At the time, they were like extremely supportive of me starting to wrestle and everything, and just like a very nice group of people who I was very close to at that point in my life. So it was nice to kind of pay homage through a nickname that has stuck with me now.
Yeah.
Still there. But yeah, it's a nice.
That's quite lovely.
So yeah, it's quite a nice little story actually.
Yeah, that's actually really quite sweet. I was going to follow it up with like a funny little quip, but I don't want to now. I feel rude. So also, this is another question, because you are quite a prolific tag wrestler. Were these gears associated with tag teams, or is this sort of like solo Ben Harland?
So up to now, we have been solo. There is one more set that I'm about to show that was made to half match. Okay. So as you mentioned, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm one half of Act 2. 98% of the time, you will see me and Jack Knudsen together, and a huge part of being a tag team is the presentation. You have to look like you go together, right? At the time that we started to tag a little bit more, wasn't the most concrete thing we were doing at that point, but Jack had some black and white paisley trunks with a yellow smiley face here and a little bit gold on them. So at that point, I got these.
Ooh.
Just to kind of semi-match.
Yeah.
Again, at the time, like it was like 7 years ago now, I was very young, I didn't have a very concrete job, so the money thing does come into factor. So these are, shout out Redbubble. Oh. These are Redbubble specials. For these ones specifically, and I don't think I can remember all of them now, but every letter on here is from one of my favourite wrestlers, either logos or their gear. So you have the rated R for Edge here. Kind of a simplified version of the Christian Cage logo. But yeah, this is from a Jeff Hardy t-shirt.
Right.
I managed to like pick each letter from, that's the T from Randy Orton's trunks. So it's coming to me a bit more now. I'm seeing them. Yeah. A bit better. The original Sami Zayn shirt, the Sami Zayn and the Zaniacs, that's the S from that.
Do we know what the W is?
I don't recall.
The I feels like an Impact thing.
The I is an Impact thing.
Yeah.
Yes, the I is from the Impact logo. The N, however, is just from the original set of tights.
Nice.
So I still wanted to keep that in.
It's a nice way to get some tributes in.
But
like,
yes,
subtly.
Yeah, my tributes become less subtle as
bit of fun though, innit?
As we go on, yes. But like so.
We're back to the black and red.
We are back to the black and red purely because El Generico is one of my favourite wrestlers of all time.
He's a bit good, isn't he?
He's incredible. You see a similar, kept the rated R for this one, but the rest of them are like just their own font. If you do know of or are a fan of El Generico, you'll know that this appears on the side of his mask. So we have the exclamation point.
It does indeed.
Exclamation mark there. And the masks are starting to become more of a theme now as well. But I feel like these are the first set of tights that I wore where I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel like a pro wrestler now. That's not to say any of the other ones were bad. It's just that these ones specifically made me feel like I was actually establishing a look for myself. And I'm also a very big fan of the split tights too, which is something I want to explore with Act 2 gear. And speaking of Act 2, this is where we move to pretty much exclusively tag team gear, but would be accompanied by this. You will start to notice that these shirts get smaller and smaller. They get smaller and smaller, and more of my torso starts to come out. If you see me now, no shirt, wrestling in a shirt to me now is mortifying because of how warm it gets. Yeah. Not sure how I did it.
I think I've said this to people before, of like, I started wearing trunks and I've wanted to turn to maybe tights or bottoms or something like that, but it's already so hot just wearing like pants.
It's so warm.
Wearing anything extra, and if I've ever done anything like a character gimmick for a night, it's so horrible wearing like full-length clothes wrestling, so I don't know how you do it.
No, it's I think I'm the opposite way now because I'm so used to it, and I'm so used to like kind of having that coverage on my legs. There was a time at Atomic Pro Wrestling where I was dressed as Padraig Quinlan, and I was absolutely mortified having my hairy little legs out.
Yeah, you had to wear the old
everybody.
shorts.
Yeah, the shorts not for me. We now go to the original Act 2 gear. These are battered. My goodness.
These have been through the wars.
These have seen a lot.
There's a big change I'm seeing here already.
And that's the name on the back?
The name on the back?
Name on the back.
What made you change?
So, a big thing, kind of ethos-wise, for both me and Jack, is that if we are Act 2, we are presenting as Act 2. Mm-hmm. We are a unit, we're together. There is no need for me to advertise my individual nickname on my gear, and the same for him. We want our names, and we want the name of the team.
I think this is nice too because you get the team name and the individual name. Because
Yes.
you are still, like, you're a tandem, but you are still individuals in your own right. Sometimes tags can go the opposite way of, like, they're so just the branding of the tags that you couldn't pick them out individually.
Yes, for sure. And because Jack has always worn trunks, we've had to keep that unity in design and colour scheme and theming without also taking away our individuality. I wouldn't wear paisley trunks. He wouldn't wear long tights. It just wouldn't make sense. We don't need to do that in order to still present as a team. This is probably my favourite colour.
It's a lovely colour.
Of set that we have. Again,
yeah, big
these
fan.
have seen a lot. We wanted to go for, like, obviously you have your greens and your blues and things like that, but we wanted to go for shades that you maybe don't see as often, just to just get a little turn of the head, like, oh, that's different.
There's something to be said as well of like trying to find colours that your opponents aren't going to have as much.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing is watching a match, again, it's like similar to the name thing, is if you're watching a match of people you've never seen before and everyone's like in the same shade of red.
Yeah.
You go, cool, well, I don't know what else to pick you out by.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, someone wearing a deep blue and someone wearing these, you're going to be able to tell the difference. Yeah, and again, we kind of stick with the same kind of deals now. We've got the name, we've got the Act 2.
These are kind of simplified in design as well, a little bit.
Yes, for sure. We found that with like the bigger logos that were all put in place and like the wear and tear that gear has, little bits start tearing, little bits start falling apart, and that's a much easier fix if you only have like the one. That's not to say if you are to become a wrestler or anything like that, please have the most elaborate gear possible. But it is a much smoother process for yourself and the gear maker should anything go awry, if you kind of keep it as streamlined as you can.
It's like you'd never think about the longevity that you want to get your money's worth, and like we're not on TV, we can't afford a new set of gear every week.
No,
so it's like investing in stuff that's going to last, and obviously you get new stuff to replace it, but you will go back to the old stuff, and you don't want it to be in tatters because it's hard to replace it.
Yes, for sure. It's extremely hard to replace it. If you're watching this and you're not a professional wrestler, think about how much this gear probably costs. Triple it.
Yeah.
Like, it is extremely...
And like everything else in the world, it's only getting more expensive.
It's only getting worse. The supplies are shorter.
I spend more on a little pair of pants than I do like an entire suit.
Yes. No,
like,
I can absolutely... Yeah.
A wedding day would be cheaper.
Two left. These are probably my favourite set.
I like these because there's a very clear reference point on them that I really like.
Extremely clear reference point on them.
Well, there's a few now.
How I said that the homages get less and less discreet.
These are ones you usually wear solo, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is Christian Cage.
Yeah.
We know this is Christian Cage. Christian Cage is one of my favourite wrestlers of all time. I think he's incredible. This particular colour scheme for Christian as well is a very legendary one. But the other side and the glitter here
big fan.
Is from a set of Chris Jericho tights from 2005.
Oh,
that it was an absolute nightmare to find a reference photo for.
Yeah.
It was so difficult.
He sometimes only wears like stuff once.
Once on like Raw.
Yeah. 2005, Chris Jericho as well. What a vibe. His attires that year were stunning.
Incredible. The hair, come
so
on,
much,
little bob.
yeah, so much velvet, the bob. He was 2026 before 2026.
Yeah, he had that retirement bob incoming though.
That soccer mum look.
You remember the Divas? 2009. Oh, Candice Michelle's retiring. She's got the bob. You know it is.
And Jericho did leave in 2005.
And Jericho did leave. He knew it was coming.
It is, yeah.
Got to cut that hair.
You're onto something there.
Yeah. Hey.
Someone check AJ Styles.
One last thing for these. This
what
design
image.
on the side here was actually drawn by a fan.
Incredible. No AI here.
Unbelievable.
None.
Absolutely unbelievable. I got presented with a little card with this on it to show. In Bedford, I believe. I thought it was astonishing. Absolutely loved it. So then when I was getting these tights made, and you'll probably see throughout these other sets as well, there have been probably more simplified drawings on the sides. First thing I did was message that fan and ask if I could use their design on these tights, and now here it is.
It's very cool. I think it's probably very cool for them as well. That like the little gesture they did a nice thing. They wanted to draw your picture, and now it's a part of like your performance.
Absolutely. Like I would draw wrestlers all the time as a kid. It was one of my things. Don't know how much of this you'll be able to use because he's blocked me since. But I did do a t-shirt design for a at the time freshly released WWE wrestler. Thought it was very, very cool. Very, very happy. Didn't pay me, blocked me. Ooh, still sold the shirt though.
Wow. That's atrocious.
You bastard.
Son of a bitch. What's this one? I didn't know there was a second green set.
There is a second green set. These are our newest sets.
That's a really nice colour.
These were debuted in a match that we still kind of can't believe we had when we wrestled the Grizzled Young Veterans.
Hell yeah.
These are kind of an upgraded version of the first green set.
Yeah.
That was really how we saw it going. We really liked the green, and we felt like that kind of became our colour. But yeah, these are the most recent ones. If you see me in the near future, I'm very likely going to be wearing these. There is a hefty difference from here to earlier on with these, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look how far we've come.
I know, right? Crazy. But that is every set of wrestling ring gear that I've ever worn.
I love shit like this. It's nice to see the evolution that you've come on as well. And obviously, like, who knows where your look will be in the next 5-10 years of you wrestling.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Already in your career, you've gone on such a journey. But there's so many, like, themes that have, like, stayed as well.
Yes. Yeah, it's cool to see, like, even just filming this now, I'm like, wow, there have been a lot of changes in in presentation of things that I might not keep track of too much because obviously I'm in them, I'm living them, right? So it's been very cool to see and like kind of go through because I'm pulling them out and I remember, oh, I wrestled this person in these or I had this experience in these. So yeah, it's been very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, in it for the nostalgia. Talk to me about like the gear you've designed as well. Like, what sort of stuff have you designed? How far has it gone? Like, is it on the shows with you? You know, that sort of thing.
Whenever you see the ever-traveling match of Act 2 versus Quintessential, I designed everything that everybody is wearing in that. My favourite sets of gear I've designed for somebody else, though, are definitely for Luca Romeo. He has given...
That was you?
That was me. That was me. No idea if he will already be wearing these by the time this comes out, but there are some new lovely red trousers that he's going to get. They're awesome.
Oh, sick.
I will happily talk to anybody about the gear that they want, the gear that they want to design. Please don't come to me with zero ideas because I am not you. I don't want to give you something that in my mind would look great, but is absolutely not what you're thinking of at all, because that's just kind of not how we operate. A collaborative effort is always going to produce the best results.
I consulted you on mine, but
You
I
did.
sort of did a crude drawing of it myself, and you were like, you've kind of already done it.
Yeah, yes, I do remember this.
I was like, can you make it better? You're like,
I was like, you've kind of got what you need.
it was simple, easy.
You've got what you need. Tom McCall's purple set of gear.
Bret Hart
was
inspired?
Myself, Bret Hart Inspired.
Purple bin inspired.
Purple bin inspired.
Scousers and that.
Scouse. I'm not saying Scouse Power. That's bad.
Sounds like an energy company.
Yeah. Sounds like an energy company who's going to get me to sign up in the street.
Yeah. Yeah,
Any
they're
card
cold.
details. No.
Scouse Power's cold calling you at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, innit?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm so unemployed, I'd answer the call.
Yeah. No caller ID? Yeah, I want to know. I want to know. Why are you hiding your caller ID? Who are you? Oh, you're Scouse Power. Okay.
Thank you for joining us as we explored the history of Sweet Prince Benjamin Harland's wrestling gear. It's been a very, very fun chat. Follow for more and watch the other videos.
They're probably here if this is a YouTube video.
Fucking video out my face.